because like I said, we had already done our due diligence and learned the families that needed to get involved, and they did get involved. What changed is when it became public, we heard that the FBI went to the cemetery.
Yep.
There was a meeting that took place. And all of a sudden, the cemetery, who was very much for it, I had met with the president of the cemetery. We had formed a relationship and we had gone back and forth. They were 100% on board at, ready to get to the truth of this. All of a sudden, the cemetery no longer wants to do this. We were all good, and all of a sudden, after a visit from the FBI, it's no longer good. And also, we had been everyone that we're talking to, we're having to get contracts and agreements with them because none of this is done on a handshake. So, we had been working with not just the president of the cemetery, but also their attorneys. And all of a sudden, their attorneys are replaced by these massive former Department of Justice attorneys, right?
True.
And so for us, it was like, what's going on? Like, this is a closed case, right? This is something that, like, why does the FBI even care? Like, why would they even make a visit? And why all of a sudden the heavy-handedness with their attorneys?
Yep.
And so that tells me what other explanation other than they don't want us to dig?
Exactly.
And to me, they would only not want us to dig if there's something that we're going to find. And so for us, for me personally, it galvanized me in feeling like,
Sure.
Oh my gosh, like either he's not there,
Yep.
like there's nobody in there, and it's just an empty casket,
right?
Or it's the wrong person, and either way, it's going to be huge. And when you really think about, well, what would that do to the FBI?